In this tutorial, I'm going to be going over the food ordering widget. This can be used to place menu items and food directly onto your website that will allow customers to purchase, and then you can actually set up shipping or dine-in and delivery and many other settings as well, and we're going to go over all that. As you can see, I've got a template that's already pre-made here with the food items. This here is a burger shop. We're just going to use this just for simplicity's sake, but I'm going to show you how to create all of this. You can set your title here and your intro. And these list items, these are all of your items are actually going to be listed out for the food ordering app. You would simply click add a new list item to create a new one. And when you do that, let's just open up this burger so that you can see as an example. You have all of your different menu here. You can set your price. You would set right there, and then the max quantity, how many they'd be able to add to the shopping cart. These here are the available and included options and toppings. These are going to show options that are selected as on and are default available, whereas these options are not going to be on. They're going to have to choose whether or not they want to add them. If you want to add extra price to them, you'd simply follow the instructions here. You'd create this symbol followed by a plus and a 1, and that's right above the enter. So if you hold shift and then the slash key right above the enter key, it'll create that symbol, and you add a plus sign. You can do, let's say for example, plus 0.50 for cheese, and then we'll leave the plus 1 for onions. And when we save that and then click that, you'll see now here there's the quantity, and the ketchup and mayo are automatically selected as on because they're the available, and then these ones are not included, and you can see the extra price, the extra $1 for onions, the extra 50 cents for cheese. You can add different options such as like size or color or flavor, and then you would add the different, small, medium, large, or the different flavors, the different colors available for each item. You can add your main text and your title and all of the information right here. The abstract is what's going to show right there, whereas the main text is going to be what's actually inside. You can upload your pictures and videos right here. And this is how it aligns to the text, whether it's going to be above or below the text or on the desktop to the left or the right. And if you have multiple images, you can set a slider, and this will determine how often it slides between the images. And you can add buttons as well, and that's gone over in the buttons tutorial. Now this SEO, Open Graph, and URL, this is for like search engine optimization, which is also gone over in a separate tutorial. And this is for like Facebook and social media sites as well. Once you have all of your items set, all of your toppings, and all of your pictures up and loaded, and made sure everything's saved, you would simply go back to the main widget. That can be accessed either from the bottom button down here or the top button right here. You can simply click the food ordering widget, and that'll take you back to the main menu. And then here you can add another item, or you can set the different details and options. Down here is where you would set the delivery and the pickup and the different order types. So you can hold down Control and select which ones you want available. And this will determine whether it even asks the order type. You can determine a delivery cost. This will automatically add to the price, and the minimum order for delivery, so you're not wasting your time delivering just like $1 worth of food. You can have a minimum. These are the different locations available. This is going to ask, along with the order type, it's going to ask for the different locations. You'd simply separate them with a comma. You can ask for the time of order as well, and then you can set your available hours and times. And ask if you want to allow tips, and it'll automatically calculate the percentage of that. This here, this is more for like organization. If you have multiple pages, this helps because you can add a search form that'll create a little search bar right up on top there. You can see that just automatically created a search bar. And down here, if you have multiple pages, you can choose how you want to organize that right over here, as well as different tabs that'll open up within each list item. So you can have it open up maybe with like a map or a calendar. RSS management is right here. This is for like maybe if you were to upload it or change your menu more often, you can upload from an RSS. This list style and layout, what this will do is this will determine kind of how it looks. If you want on mobile, it'll determine the columns. So because mobile is a smaller screen, you might only want to do one column. But if you want to do two columns, for example, it has now created these two next to each other, and then that third one's down there by itself. And you can determine whether how it looks different on desktop or mobile, which is really neat. And then you can determine whether the image is above the text or how that's related on desktop and mobile separately, which is really neat. And then as well as whether the image is shaped like a circle or whether it has round or squared corners. And then this is whether it opens in a modal. What that is whether it pops open like you see here and then allows you to close it, or whether it opens up in a new page. So if you were to save that, this would open up in a new page. So once they click it, it'll now open up a new page, and the user would have to click the back button to go back, and then that would take them right back to the main menu. And show as an accordion is pretty neat. This is just kind of a different look. So when you turn that on, it's going to organize it a little bit differently and show it kind of there. And you can have these collapsed or uncollapsed. The additional styles let you require that whether you're logged in on mobile or desktop. And then you can determine whether or not it's visible only on mobile or desktop. And for additional styles for the widget, it's pretty much the same as all the others. Lets you determine the space on the desktop, how much space it takes, as well as a background and different animation styles. So now you can see once we actually view the site and go to full screen, we can click on a menu item and it'll pop open here. These two are included automatically, and you can uncheck them if you don't want them. And these are not included, and these two cost extra. So if you want to add these, it'll automatically add that $1.50 onto the price. So when you add to the cart and you view your cart, it's going to pop up with all the options that we set earlier, the order type, and these are the options we set available. So if you want to do delivery, and these are the different locations. So let's say if they were dining in, you'd be able to select which location you wanted to actually go to. And this is the tips. You see it automatically calculates percentages. So if you wanted to add, just 20%, it'll just add an extra $2 onto that. And you can see it automatically added the $1.50 onto there because this was only $10. And there's the tips. If you had a delivery charge, that would appear here as well. And when you check out, this would bring you to the checkout options. Now you see this doesn't work. That's because we don't have e-commerce set yet. It's a very simple matter of switching on the e-commerce, and I'm going to go over that in another tutorial.